This project started as a test. I wanted to see how well the xTool F2 would handle a small dog tag design for community outreach. The design has two parts. The background is a subdued Niceville Police Department patch, and the foreground is Canine Chase. The idea was to make something simple, personal, and tied directly to our department. Dog tags are small. The surface does not leave much room for error. This made a good first test. I had to spend some time inside xTool Studio working with the design. The patch and the canine image needed different laser settings. The background needed to stay subtle, and the canine needed to stand out. That meant creating a mask and separating the two images so they did not engrave the same way. This was one of the parts I wanted to learn. I'm still early in the process with the xTool F2, but one thing I have noticed is how approachable the machine is. There's still a learning curve. You have to understand the material, you have to understand the settings, and you have to be willing to make small adjustments. But the machine itself makes the process manageable. The camera preview helps with placement. The software gives you enough control to work through problems, and once you start testing, the results help you figure out what the next step is. The dog tag was not perfect on the first attempt. The design needed adjustment, the settings needed adjustment, and the mask took some work. But that's the point of a first test. Every attempt gives you more information. For me, this is where the xTool F2 fits well with community policing. These are not mass-produced giveaway items ordered from a catalog. They are small pieces we can make ourselves. They can be tied to our department, our specialty units, our events, and the people we serve. A dog tag like this gives a kid something to hold on to. It gives a parent a reason to stop and ask about the process. It gives us another way to start a conversation, and that's the value. The finished tag turned out better than I expected for a beginning attempt. The patch stayed in the background, Canine Chase stood out in the foreground, and the overall design had the look I was hoping for. There is still room for improvement. I want to keep testing contrast, detail, different materials. I also want to build more designs around our department and outreach programs. But for a first attempt, this was a good step forward. The xTool F2 has been easy enough to learn, but capable enough to keep pushing the work further. This is the kind of tool that fits well with the community policing workflow. It lets us create outreach items that are personable, repeatable, and connected to the mission. This dog tag was only a test, but it shows what's possible.